that could actually be, because I don't really see fate as a thing. I don't really.
But once again,
there
this
is
is
no
the
fate
Twilight
but
Zone.
what we make. I really believe that.
But remember, this isn't us. This is the Twilight Zone, where death
This
can
is
come
true.
and help a peddler learn a lesson, or just fuck with him. Or
But then-
fate can come to town. I don't know.
But then I guess you could say it ended up to be fate
Yeah. If
because of
anything-
his choices. So
Well, either way, I'll give a quick synopsis of the episode so everybody knows, and then I have some theories I want to talk, definitely. Denton gets this gun. It's like a magic gun kind of thing. It's like a sure shot, and then eventually he loses the ability to have a sure shot, gets a challenge from this guy in the town over to come duel, because, people dueled because they were bored.
it was almost like they gave him a little taste of it,
Yeah, the gun
Little
stopped
teaser.
working after a while. It was like, yeah, you want this? It was almost like a, hey, first taste is free kind of thing, right?
Right?
And just before the duel, Mr. Fate shows up and gives Mr. Denton this bottle of a potion of sorts that if you drink it for the next 10 seconds after, anything you shoot at, you will hit. You are a sure shot for 10 seconds after drinking this potion. So he's like, fuck it. He tries it. It works. He's like, all right, cool. I'm going to use this shit and have myself a fucking shootout tomorrow, and I'm going to kill this guy. And as he gets to the... what are you doing? That's what you're doing. Okay, cool. We're good.
What happened?
Nothing. All I heard was blah, 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 on your end. I was like, what's he doing? Oh, I know what he's doing. Anyways. Sorry, Mr. Denton goes to this shootout the next day.
Sorry about the noise there.
Oh, it's okay. There's a few bubbles here and there and a few sips here and there aren't going to hurt anything. But either way, he goes to this shootout the next day, the standoff, and he chugs back the potion. And just before he's about to shoot this guy, he looks over and sees this guy has an identical empty bottle in his hand. And they look at each other, have that moment of realization where it's, oh shit, we both just got peddled by fate. Mr. Fate just fucked us both. And a split second later, they both shoot, which in turn shoots their trigger fingers, stopping them from ever firing a gun again. And our main protagonist, Al Denton, takes it as a blessing that he'll never have to kill again. He'll never be bothered to kill somebody again. He can live a normal life.
No, it is a good thing.
It
Because
is.
back in them days, right, that whole test the man thing, friggin', I hear you're the best. Everyone says you're the best.
When people couldn't just shit talk and like, oh, well, I know you're wrong, go fuck yourself. No, you're going to shoot me. People had to get their hair up and just shoot each other because everybody had a gun. But that was also
Pretty
at a time,
much.
it wasn't just because of the guns. I don't want to say it, but we're not getting into gun control right now. But, yes. Okay,
Hey,
so back to the beginning of this.
Doesn't matter about that, right? You can't stop people from doing what they're gonna do.
Stupid people, whatever they do. But yeah, so back to this. I'm going to start with, this time the dark theory that, once again, this is a physical embodiment of something that we use like death, fate, time. This is a physical embodiment of fate where he is just bored. He just travels the land literally fucking with people. Because he's just sick of the normal thing. Because you got to think, fate would be so bored. If I was fate, I would get bored of everything happening exactly the way it's supposed to go, and knowing exactly the way it's supposed to go all of the time. Wouldn't you want to break up that monotony with something chaotic? Something that you can fully control, that won't fuck with the fate of the world, but will entertain you for this amount of time. Right? Like, I'm going dark with it first, but... And then there's also, like, the other ones where, like, it could just be fate correcting course, making, the correct decision so less people die, and, both these guys get their fingers blown off.
Maybe it's not even a good or an evil thing at all. Maybe he exists just to level the playing field.
Interesting. So you're saying he's just kind of around just to keep everything on status quo kind of thing?
More or less.
Okay.
Out dealing good where it's needed to be, and out dealing punishment where it needed to be, I guess. Because in that story alone, you had one kid that was going to end up kind of turning into an evil asshole.
Yeah. Yeah,
and another guy that walked that route but had his eyes open.
Well, he got
and
a
was
taste
looking
of it
for salvation. So it, I guess.
Or shit, maybe this was death helping, or fate. Sorry, fate, Mr. Fate, helping Al to just process and overcome his grief of killing all these people before. And get him just to fix his life in general. Be like, hey, don't feel like shit. This is just the world we live in.
Whoa.
We're going to make it so you don't have to do this ever again, and you can just live a normal life.
What if it wasn't even anything to do with that? What if he just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and this traveling fate character made a choice to step in?
Maybe he just saw him and he was just literally a traveling peddler. That's how he's living his life, is this embodiment of fate. Or maybe he's just, okay, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe it's just a name. Maybe
it's always said that, like, you know, these call it God or spirits or whatever
you want to call it.
You know, things they, they do for their own selves. I don't know. It's like, you know.
Okay, no, I get what you're saying there. But then I have one last one here that I just thought of now. What if it's just a name? What if he's just this guy who just happens to have these powers or can make these magical items like the gun and the potion, and he's just literally fucking with people? Or he's just doing it to teach people lessons, or he's being moral with it. Maybe he's just a mortal guy who can do these crazy things. Maybe he's not actually fate or something. Like you could go. That's why I absolutely love the Twilight Zone, because me and you can actually do this and sit down and talk and just come up with different fucked up theories and different things, and any of them could be true. Like, I know, don't get me wrong, you can go online and look at like descriptions of the episodes of what, who, and what everything is, but fuck it. I'm still theorizing. Like I said earlier, we overthink this shit to a stupid degree, and I don't care. I love it. So,
well, this is the whole point, man.
This is the whole point, to get this shit out there, bitches. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you guys bitches. And if you guys are going to be following us on any social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook or over here on Spreaker, where we mainly cast, but we also are available on Spotify, iTunes eventually, Google Podcasts, and a few other things. I will put links into the description, obviously, when I post this, but do feel free to do all that. But as I do say that, I think that pretty much brings us to the end of this episode, as we're wrapping up to 40 minutes here, which is perfect. Yeah, no, this was great. I really, really enjoyed this. You obviously dug this too, I would hope.
This turned out pretty good.
No, this is cool.
It was a good episode.
This is
that was a good conversation.
I'm good to keep going. I'm excited to keep going with the Twilight Zone, as we are. Anybody who wants to know, we are going to be continuing and covering eventually all 156 episodes, probably 3 per podcast when we actually talk about it. Other than that, we are going to be mixing stuff up between with podcasts on movies and other topics as well. Probably working on the Twilight Zone for a while, and also as well coming up will be the awesome movie that me and Jeff love way, way too much. They Live, with Rowdy Roddy Piper.
They live.
And we have many things to say.
It's not a movie. It's a documentary.
It is a documentary. It is a peer into what was at the time and what is now. But we'll get into that next time. Like I said, we are going to wrap this up. It's coming up to 40. We're good. So, once again, Jeff, this was fantastic. Thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure talking to you, and we will continue this on with episode 4, 5, and 6 in the next Twilight Zone installment. And we'll talk to you guys in about a week. All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, everybody. See you later. Or here you
Have a good night.